Hello, hello, hello. It's Miss Cece coming to you again with another topic from our book, 13 Things Mentally Strong Women Do Not Do. Today we're going to talk about self-doubt. They don't let self-doubt stop them from reaching their goals. Now, take a moment and listen to the title of this thing. It says they don't let self-doubt stop them from reaching their goals. Now, let me try to get this out there. How many of you have a dream board? Have made like a cardboard uh, thing, a cardboard thing to put up on your wall, and you've listed all of your short-term goals and your long-term goals, and you have put down all the things you want to get, all the things you want to correct, and made a plan for it. And then after you've done that and set it up, a dream board, I call it a dream board, okay? After I set it up and everything, I started working on those items. And slowly but surely, I'm checking them off. Because I want to be me again. I want to have that vigor. I want to be strong and capable of everything and anything that crosses my life. So, I'm talking to you today about self-doubt, all right? And those goals. Now, my goals are on that dream board. I took out time to cut out magazine parts and all kinds of stuff talking about what I wanted to do. Now, we're reading this book by Amy Morin, okay? And there's a lady that wants to open her own business. And she's being stopped. Her stopping herself because of her own self-doubt. She's not able to even even try to even ask for a small business loan because she doesn't believe that she can do it. And Miss Moore is saying to her for her to increase her courage, learn more about owning a business, take action, and one small step at a time. Okay. This is someone that wants to open up a business. Increasing your courage. What can you do if you were in this lady's place to increase your courage? Would you put yourself around people that are business minded? Would you go back to school and get that degree in business? Would you take a class in a seminar based on owning your own business? Yes, I would. Because those things that I've mentioned will increase your courage. It will give you what you need to make that first step. Now, the next thing is that learn more about having a business. She told her, talking about learn more about having a business. Well, I mean, look, ladies, I'm a book person. So when I read a book, I write all in the margins, make notes and stuff like that. And I tell you, I can go to Barnes and Nobles and I will sit in the middle of the aisle and you will find me reading books and find out which one I want and which one's going to be better than the other. Because I'm not going to spend my time or my money on something that's not going to help me. So, back to this, okay? Learning about business. Earlier I said seminars, school, etc. But also you can self-teach yourself by reading books, by learning what a business plan is, by taking the temperature of your community and your environment to see whether or not if your business will be able to thrive. Those are some of the things that I would think of. I don't know about you, but only me, I would think of that would help me learn more about owning my business. Reading, classes, seminars, all of those things help me learn. And then knowing the pulse of my community in order to make a business that's going to be successful. Those are all very important things when we're thinking about learning to own a business. Now, the last one is taking action, one small step at a time. Now, we have had goals that we talk about, and we talked about my goal board and stuff, and how you have to take, one thing at a time and check it off. But I want to say this. When you are trying to stop the self-doubt in your life, I'm asking you to do just a few more things, okay? It's important that you make whatever you're going to do your top priority in your life or in your work environment, business-wise. It needs to be the number one priority. You can't be jumping over here and doing this and doing that and doing this. You need to concentrate on that one thing and make it a priority. Set up a routine that you'll have and then attack it every day. Do something with it every month. Learn something every semester. So that makes this something that's in the forefront of your life. If that's what you want to do to knock out this ideal of self-doubt. Because you can do anything you want to do. You can do anything under the sun. Ladies, we are life givers. We give life to this world. So there is nothing that we cannot do. I just want to remind you of that. We all struggle with self-doubt. And we're taught as young kids, that boys are brilliant and girls have to try harder. Now, God rest my grandpa's soul, but I was raised in third generation house in the South, okay? And they believe this down to the letter of the book, that young men were smart and intelligent, and that little girls were not. Well, you're going to have to work extra hard if you want to do that. I think you should lower your expectations. Has anybody ever heard that before? Does that sound like something that would be something that would culture and increase somebody's self-doubt? I would say yes. So we now know, as we're talking today, we know now it's like, oh man, we've been doing this since we were kids. We've been doing it since we were small kids. Believe me, at some point in time, somebody said something like that to you. Now, it all depends on what you do with it. Now, if you let it choke the life out of you and take your essence to do great things in your life, then you're going to be in that mindset that guys are brilliant and girls are not. You need to work harder. But if it did not even resonate with you as a young lady, you came out the box saying, I want this, this, and that, and I'm going to work here, here, and here, and I'm going to get it. But there's two types of young women. Ones that believe it and heard it, and ones that didn't and went forward. Because not every parent has taught their daughter our sons this little social norm. I want to call it a social norm. Let's see. There's a disconnect between our parents, what our parents told us, and what society tells us today. Well, I basically said that just a minute ago. When you're a kid, you know, you look at your parents and see what they do in life. And I don't want nobody to get this wrong or get it twisted, okay? But I want you to understand this because this is real. Some young women, some ladies, when they were growing up, mom was a homemaker and daddy brought in the bacon. And that molded, that mold, that example, that model sticks with that young lady that this is what society is. If her mother and father were friends with other married couples that had children and all the mothers were stay-home mothers, then that young lady is going to take that as, okay, this is the model that I should be trying to follow. Okay? Now, young ladies may say, all right, I do want to go to college. But then they get their college degrees, they get married, have children, and become homemakers. See how that model still exists? So, there's a difference between, and there's a disconnect between what your parents told you and showed you and what society does itself. Society says the wife can have a career just as well as the husband, or the mother can have a career just as well as the father. There is no limitations put on you other than those self-limitations, that self-doubt that says, oh, I can't do this. Oh, yes, you can. Stop being that way, girl, I tell you. I mean, if you don't take a step, where you going to be? You know? It's a psychological thing when you have self-doubt. And it acts as, self-doubt acts as a fulfilling prophecy. If someone told you when you were 15 years old that you ain't going to do nothing but have babies and lay around and do nothing for the rest of your life, and you take that to heart and you follow that mold, it's in your mind. You're self-doubting yourself today, and you're making it a self-fulfilling prophecy. Making self-fulfilling prophecies is the worst thing in the world. We as women need to know that we are smart. We don't always have to be just beautiful. We're smart. We know how to do things. We shouldn't limit ourselves. We shouldn't have this self-doubt. We need to do things that will increase our courage. Teach us about things we don't know about. And in that, you will stop self-doubt. You can say, self-doubt, get the heck up out of my house. Kick it to the curb, girlfriend. Kick it to the curb. Because you are empowered. There's no more self-doubt. There's no more self-fulfilling prophecies. There's you and your achievements. And you're not selling yourself out or cutting yourself short. So, let's see. What can you do? You can monitor your emotions when it comes to self-doubt. In other words, if you find yourself in a position where you're in a relationship where you are the type of woman that gives her all to a relationship because you believe in the ideal that the man is the head of the household and that the woman should be supportive of him and that the woman should be submissive to him. Now, let me tell you, it's still out there. It's still out there. People still doing this stuff. Okay? That ideal, it can be adjusted. Okay? It can definitely be adjusted. But you've got to monitor your emotions, how you interact or how you react to things. Monitor your emotions, how you react to things. A long time ago, they told me, they said, Cece, it's not how you act, but how you react to a situation. Not how I act, but how I react to a situation. In other words, containing our emotions when it comes to a stepping out of self-doubt, a stepping out of self-fulfilling prophecy, purpose. So the next thing is to embracing a little bit of self-doubt. Yeah, there's going to be a little bit of self-doubt, but if you don't have just a tiny bit, then you must be perfect. And I'm sorry to tell you, ladies, and whoever's listening on this one, I'm not perfect. I don't know if you're perfect, but I'm not perfect. And I know that I myself have a little bit twinge, but I take that little bit twinge of self-doubt and turn it around and use it for something that is positive and use it for something that is going to help elevate you. So, what we do, and lastly, what we do, is that with self-doubt, we consider the worst consequences. What's the worst consequences? The worst scenario. Consider the worst scenario, case scenario. Let me say again. Consider the worst case scenario. All right. So here we are. We have battled self-doubt. We have stepped out and over it. We may have a little bit, but we've used it to make ourselves even better. The question is this. What's the worst thing that could happen? If you ask yourself that little tiny self-doubt, see, I'm trying to get you to see that, okay? That little bitty bit of self-doubt is saying this. Consider the worst case. What would happen? And more than likely, when you're considering the worst case, you are fretting over nothing. It is not something that's going to end the world. The world's not going to stop. People are not going to stop loving you. People that really love you and respect you won't leave you. So, I've talked enough today, ladies, and I just want you to know I think you are intelligent, beautiful, strong, and everything that is positive rolled up into one person. You can do anything you set your mind to. So go out and do it, ladies. As I remind you all the time, I ask you to do this. Kiss the ones you love and let them know that you love them. If you have children, hug and squeeze them tight and let them know how important they are to you and that you love them. Because today's today, but tomorrow is not promised. So we must make memories today. Make those memories today so that we will have a legacy, and our legacy will live on far beyond our personal being. Thank you so much for coming to listen to me today, and I hope everybody's doing great. I'll see you on the next tape. Love you.